Hi, boys and girls. I'm super duper excited to be doing Being a Writer for this week. So let's get started. It's going to be a cute, fun lesson, something that you already have done, but I just wanted to make sure that we did it again before moving forward. So our goal for Being a Writer is to get 100% of our students to score a 4 in their assessments. So I know Being a Writer does not have a lot of assessments, but we do try to always give you feedback on your assignments, make sure that you guys are understanding what you need to do for the day. So let's get started. Our online learning expectations, that this is something that we've been, letting you know that it's important for you to do, because whenever you do this expectations and you it helps you be focused. Okay, so it's important that you are sitting tall in a quiet workplace. You are slanting while you're watching the video, and then you respect your learning time. So being a writer is just 30 minutes, boys and girls. So it's very important that you are respecting that learning time. Focus on what you have to do. Most of the time, it's you writing, having fun writing. So please, please, please respect that learning time, because then after being a writer, you must go and do your specials. It's important also that you are using that time to complete your lessons for Dreambox and your reading a book and testing, because those goals are also important, okay? Notebook expectations. Remember that it's very important that you write idea 56 and 57, that it means that you write your name, date, and goal. When you are writing quality work, like you're doing quality work, and you keep your notebook neat, because this notebook, whenever it gets to assessment time, you will be going back and looking at those stories that you did and choosing one of those stories. So it's important that if you don't have a Being a Writer notebook, that you do get one. And if you just rather write in a loose sheet of paper, please save those pages, because you are going to need to go back and look at those pages when the assessment gets here, because what you're going to be working you're going to be looking into a story that you wrote before, and then you're just going to make it better. Okay, so please, please, please keep your notebook neat. If you don't have a notebook, keep those pages together, even if it's in a folder. So your objective for today is that the student will be able to choose another silly sentence and create a story with that sentence. So our key points: what silly sentences, so sentences that are not true, that they're funny when you read them. Most of the time is, animal silly sentences. So that is what we are going to be working on today. And of course, complete sentences. A complete sentence includes capital letter, who and what happens in the sentence, and then appropriate end punctuation. So you need to make sure that you are doing that, while you are writing. How we're going to do this, or how we're going to be successful in our objective of choosing a silly sentence and writing. We're going to choose another silly sentence. We're going to think about the sentence, and then we're going to write a story using that sentence. I know that on Thursday you worked on a list of silly sentences. You added some silly sentences to your silly sentences chart or list. So today we are going to be using those sentences and writing a story. So why is it important for us to do silly sentences and write stories about them? So it's having the opportunity to be an author is always a great experience, especially when your story is to entertain your audience. So one of my favorite parts of being a writer, and I know I've mentioned this before, is us having the opportunity to freely write about something. Most of the time, like in Wit and Wisdom, we give you a topic, we give you a question, and you have to write an informative paragraph. It needs to include, a topic statement, evidence, and then later on you're going to learn about a conclusion, and then you're going to add an introduction. So it's very structured. And here in Being a Writer, we do have that opportunity to, write what we're thinking, be free, expand our writing. We even have the opportunity to draw, because we have, or we think that drawing is not part of writing, but it is. Drawing gives you a story as well, you know. And that's why whenever we read books, we want to read, right, books that have pictures, that have illustrations, because they also contribute to the meaning of the text, right? They also give us information. And we talked about that in Wit and Wisdom, where we say that images in the text, or the illustrations also give us important information. And that is what is unique here in being a writer. We have the opportunity to have the freedom to write our story, and then if we want to add a small illustration. And that's why I always think being a writer is very fun. So that is why having this opportunity is just amazing. So what we're going to do next is we're going to look into the silly sentences. So let's get started.
Okay, boys and girls. So now we're going to choose from my silly animal sentences. These are the same sentences that you guys used on Thursday. So we're going to be looking into them once more, okay? And this time we're going to choose a different sentence from the one we chose on Thursday. For instance, Mrs. Rodriguez chose dogs don't mow lawns, so Mrs. Alvarez will not choose that one. You want to choose a sentence that you do not have a story for, okay? So the next one says, penguins don't paint their toenails. Bats don't play baseball. His sheep like to wear coats. His dogs like to knit socks. His cows like to make milkshakes. I am going to choose sentence number 2. That is the one I'm going to use to make the story on. I'm going to give you 10 seconds for you to choose one that you have not used to write your silly story today. 10 seconds. Perfect. So I'm going to move into the next page. Remember to always write idea 56 and 57. So I will start with my name, the date, and then the goal. And you can write a story. So I'm going to put penguins. You can write a story. You can write a title. I'm sorry for that. You can write a title, and I put penguins. So if I go back to the silly sentences, this one says penguins don't paint their toenails. So that's how I'm going to start my story. So I'm going to start it. I'm going to skip this first line just because I will be really close from the title. But if you can, just start there. But I'm going to start on this one. Penguins, let me go back. Don't paint so we start with our silly sentence, right? And then we're gonna add to it. So penguins don't paint their toenails. One day, Luna went to a nail salon. In the nail salon, she met another penguin named Mia. And I want you to see, boys and girls, how I am making sure that if it's a proper name, just like Luna is a proper name, it's a dog name, well, not a dog name, a penguin name. It is my dog's name. But Luna is the penguin's name, and then Mia, you're not circling, right? But I'm showing you. They're proper names, so they are capitalized. The start of a sentence is capitalized, right? Because it's the start of that sentence. You're using the proper punctuation. This is a period here in the nail salon, comma, because you're introducing the setting, right? She met another penguin named Mia. So I'm going to continue my story, but I just wanted to show you how you capitalize when it's a name of a person. In this case, the penguin is the characters, right? The character Luna and Mia. So they are considered proper names, even though it's like a little bit silly because we're writing silly sentences. And we are making up a story, so it is a fiction story, but these are considered proper names in our fiction story that we're making up. So make sure that you are using a capital letter for that. So it says penguins don't paint their toenails one day. And you see, that's why we always tend to tell you, okay, you're drafting and then you're going to go back and read it again, and you're going to add either sight words, sound words, you even going to revise it. That means to edit. And right here, Mrs. Alvarez just found out that she skipped the word day, and that is why we also tell you to skip lines, because whenever you go back to add sight words and sound words, you need to have that space to be able to, add them. And right here, Miss Alvarez did a small typo where she forgot to put the word one day Luna, right? So there, she just added it right now. It says one day Luna went to the nail salon. In the nail salon, she met another penguin named Mia. And I'm gonna continue. So Luna and Mia were both painting their nails. Something that, and when you are in beauty or like in a nail salon, you most likely be close, or right now, a safe distance, but you are still able to talk and with the person next to you. So that is where I'm heading to, just so you guys know. So Luna and Mia were both painting their nails. They were undecided on what color to choose. So Luna asked Mia for suggestions of colors, right? Mia said her favorite color was red. Luna gave color red a try. I'm gonna stop it right there. Okay, I know I can continue on, and then I'm gonna finish the whole page, but I do want to give you guys enough time to be able to choose another silly sentence that you have not written or chosen before. You're gonna choose another sentence, and you're gonna use that sentence to write another story. And remember, we are using the silly sentences at the top to give us like a small introduction of our made-up story. So this says, penguins don't paint their toenails. One day, Luna went to the nail salon. In the nail salon, she met another penguin named Mia. Luna and Mia were both painting their nails. They were undecided on what color to choose. So Luna asked Mia for suggestions of colors. Mia said her favorite color was red. Luna gave color red a try. So now, boys and girls, it's your turn.